Hey everybody, welcome back to A Beautiful Mess. So if you remember last week, I was working on this house again, or came back to work on it after I had been there in April. And this is just some footage of what the kitchen looked like before we even got started in April. And then I'll show you a picture of how I left it in April. So I'll see all those totes in the background. That's sort of where I left it. Oh, and also we'll be working on the closet, the master bedroom closet today. So while I clean out some of these drawers in the kitchen, I'll give you a brief recap on what's going on in this house, just in case you missed last week's video or if you're new to my channel. But this house has carpet beetles and pantry moths, kind of an infestation, and this happened after years of neglect of the house because of some severe depression after a really bad divorce where she was married less than 2 years and had a child, a son, but she was abused during this marriage and had a lot of PTSD after they separated. And she was just in a really bad place after that and could barely take care of herself, was just focused on taking care of her son. And so the house kind of got out of control, and, you know, the letting food sit around and stuff caused this infestation. And if you want more context as to the rest of the story, you can start from the beginning. This video will be part of a playlist, so you can kind of get the full story on this family and their situation. And the reason that I'm back here helping 4 months after my initial visit there and cleaning up a few rooms and some bathrooms was explained in great detail in the last video. So if you missed that one, I would go back and check that one out, or I have put those details in the detail or the description of the video. So if you want to just read it there, but just in brief, it's because she is moving out, and again, you can go read about why she's decided to move. And so I'm coming back to help her get everything else cleared out and ready to move to storage until they can get into their new home. Something I wanted to mention that will be coming up is that this homeowner was really freaked out that she would be taking this infestation with her to her new home or even to storage, and that it would survive there and then be brought to their new home. So she wanted to see if I knew of any way to not bring the infestation with them. And I know that borax kills a lot of stuff, and so in this case, we see the white powder in the bottom of that tote. We sprinkled borax in everything that we packed, so in the totes, in any boxes, we just sprinkled a little bit in there, which kills off any food source for these, both the pantry moths and the carpet beetles. And so if they don't have a food source, they can't survive. And anyway, that was our solution to not bring the infestation with them. Oh, and that's also the reason why I am repacking an already packed tote was to get that borax in there, and also to wrap the breakable items with cloth and things just to protect those a little better. So that's why I'm repacking it. I don't know why, but I find it so satisfying to pack boxes and totes and find a good place for everything and just make it as efficient as possible. I don't know if efficient's the right word. I use a lot of words that I'm not sure if they're correct, but anyway, you know what I mean. I like to maximize the space that I have. So this is fun for me. So these are my two boys and my husband who helped on a Saturday come move some of this stuff for these homeowners to storage. And you've already seen my two boys in another video where they're helping me clean a carpet. But my husband's actually here in this one. There he is. So his name's Travis. My boys are Jonas and Tristan. They're 17 and 15. Oh, and by the way, this blurring is because the homeowner is also helping us, and just to protect their privacy, I'm going to be blurring him out. But anyway, yeah, my boys, you've already seen them in one other video, but let me just tell you a little bit about my husband and something kind of cool that's happening this weekend. So he works as a forensic technician for the sheriff's department here in Utah County. And so what that means, for those of you that don't know what that is he works on crime scenes, collecting and processing evidence. And then he also works on cell phones and computers, getting images off of there from mostly child pornography cases, and which can be really devastating for those that have to see that kind of thing. And so fortunately he doesn't have to go real in depth with it. He just has to identify that it's there, and then the detectives take over. But he does have to see some pretty horrifying stuff. I can't even imagine some of the stuff that he tells me. I can't process it. It's just too traumatizing. But anyway, he's pretty good at compartmentalizing that and deals with life okay. But it can still take a toll on your mental health. And so in order to help the not only the law enforcement people, but also their spouses to get a little break from that and little therapy, they have this retreat that they do every spring and fall where they invite, a few law enforcement people and their spouses to this retreat where they kind of spoil them and give them, well, there's workshops that you go to, and one of them is specifically to teach the spouses what, their spouse is going through at work, and to kind of help them to be there for them, or help them understand what they deal with every day. So anyway, that's coming up not weekend, I guess it starts on Sunday. It's from Sunday to Wednesday, and it's just a chance to kick back and be spoiled. I don't have to cook at all. And I'll be honest, I have a really hard time relaxing, so that part is going to be hard for me. In fact, my husband was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to relax. You're probably not the best candidate to go to one of these, but I'm going to bring my computer and work a little bit while I'm there, but I am going to also try to relax, because I do need to do that. I need to take a break and relax sometimes. But I also want to make sure that I have a video for you guys next weekend. So that's why I've got to take my computer and work a little bit. Plus plus I've got some transcription work I still need to do. So anyway, but it will be more relaxing than I usually do. So that's progress. And I really am looking forward to it, but mostly for my husband's sake, because I know how hard his job can be, and I think this will be really good for him. Oh, and I also wanted to ask you guys if anybody out there has done ketamine therapy. And the reason I ask is because my 17-year-old has probably the most severe stutter I have ever heard. And we've tried everything since he was just tiny. Speech therapy, some other alternative therapies, but we haven't tried ketamine therapy yet. And I don't know if it is recommended for something like this, but I just wondered if anybody out there has done it, how they like it, and if you think it would be helpful for like a stuttering case. But anyway, let me know in the comments. So moving on to the master bedroom closet. I know I always did stuff like that anyway. Yeah. I guess it just depends on what everybody agrees to. Paper. Sure, when people, or like people zoom in on the books that. Okay, so what I can do actually is just pull everything out here. Good metabolism for the most part. She told me that she wasn't sure what we were even going to find in here because she had not even gone in this closet for years. But there were 2 wedding dresses in there, the one from her first marriage and then from her second wedding. And so you can see those 2 hanging up, but there were also a lot of like prom dresses and different kinds of dance dresses that had been just hanging in there, collecting dust. Just it's okay, as long as it's clean. I really don't care. Okay, good to know because this is a thing. I left out a lot of the original audio at this part because we were talking a lot about the abuse that she suffered in her first marriage. And it was a lot of stuff that she just wanted to keep private. And even though the audio sped up, it was still easy to make out some stuff. So I just decided to take that out. But it made me really sad, and it's fortunately something I've never had to deal with personally, but my heart goes out to anybody out there who's suffered any kind of abuse from a spouse, whether it's physical or emotional. It's just a horrible thing that I'm sure happens way more often than anybody realizes. And so many people choose to stay in those relationships. Probably for reasons that seem totally legit to them. But anyway, it just all makes me sad. So you have my sympathy if you've ever been through something like that. Can I ask you all to pause for a second and go hit that like button and also the subscribe button if you haven't already? The YouTube algorithm really loves that stuff, and so it helps to promote my videos to more people. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And also, if you haven't heard, there is a collaboration coming up between me, Mac from Midwest Magic Cleaning, and Clean with Barbie the first week of October. So it sounds like it's going to be pretty epic. It's a 6-bedroom hoarder house that Mac has set up for us, and it's going to be covered by Business Insider. So I am just ecstatic about this. I just can't even believe how lucky I am to be part of this collaboration. Me and Mac and Barbie have been communicating over the last couple of weeks and have had some pretty fun conversations, and we've gotten a little goofy together already. So I think this is going to be pretty fun. So stay tuned for that. This wedding dress was so beautiful, and it was from her first wedding, so she was a little conflicted about getting rid of it, but she ended up keeping it. And you'll notice I didn't zip it up because I took it out to put some borax in there. But this one that I'm taking down right now is from her second wedding, which was just as beautiful, but she was really kind of attached to that first one, so she'll probably hang on to it. She really had a lot of beautiful clothes. Of course, a lot of them were from probably 10 to 15 years ago, which I really liked that era of clothes. So I kind of wish some of that would come back. But anybody else miss the clothes from like 10 to 15 years ago? Of course, I don't even know why I'm complaining about it because basically I live in what you see me wearing now, just athletic leggings and just a t-shirt. So I don't really wear much else because I'm always cleaning. Watch for my good form right here, picking up these books, using my legs. I'm trying to save my back. I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of that. she had all of these beautiful dance dresses from either high school dances or like bridesmaids dresses. What do you guys do with those? Like, I seriously don't know if you just give them to the thrift store. Do you just hang on to them just in case? I don't know. That I always borrowed mine in high school, mostly because we were too poor to afford one, but it makes it a lot easier. I also borrowed my wedding dress, so I didn't have to worry about getting rid of that. Oh, and the shoes. She had so many shoes. She's definitely a shoe girl. She said she used to wear high heels all the time, even to high school. So there were a lot of those she went through and got rid of. She also let me have a few of her clothes. Watch me hold up this dress thinking, oh, does this fit me? Because I thought it was so pretty. But anyway, she was like, anything I'm giving to the DI, which is our thrift store. It's like a Goodwill. Anyway, she's like, you can go through and take. So I did take quite a few clothes because they were so cute. I had a few people ask me about the vacuum that I was using in the office in this house. So, and I'll be using it coming up here in just a second. It's a Dyson V10 or Dyson Cyclone V10, I think. And I'll link it down in my description just in case anyone is interested in getting one. It actually works really well for a handheld. It may not get as deep as like just a regular vacuum, but it's pretty powerful for a handheld. So if anyone is interested in getting it, I will link it down below. And even if you don't end up purchasing this particular vacuum, if you purchase anything after using that link from Amazon, I still get a small commission from that. So that's a simple way that you can support the work that I do, is just by using any of those links, and whatever you purchase after you click that link, I will get just a small commission from it, and it doesn't cost you any extra. So anyway, I'd appreciate it if you use any of those links. So here is our now empty closet, other than that small refrigerator, which I just kept plugged in. And then some before and afters. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll be busy getting pampered this upcoming week, but I'll try to make some time to get my next video out. But again, if you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment. And if you want to support this channel and the work that I do, there are now 2 ways you can do that. You can either hit that super thanks button and leave a small donation there, or I do have a PayPal link now, but it's on my about page, so you might have to click a couple extra things to get there. But if you use that link instead of the super thanks, I keep 100% of your donation rather than 70% of it, because with these super things, YouTube keeps 30% of that. So anyway, I appreciate it if you use that link, and if that's too difficult to find, don't worry about it. I just appreciate anything you give. So, and again, no pressure. Seriously, just watching it and subscribing and liking my videos is plenty. So anyway, you guys have a great week. I'll hopefully have a video for you next weekend. Thank you.